I just got back from spending about 4 hours with one of my buddies who lives locally here, who made 40K last month. And there's a couple big takeaways I want to share with you from how he did this and some of the things that I learned from our conversation. I think will hopefully inspire and motivate you to make a fuck ton more money. Okay. And I guess the first thing I'll talk about is that, like, dude, nobody makes money by mistake. Nobody just fucking wakes up and all of a sudden becomes a billionaire. As a matter of fact, even if that was the case, you wouldn't fucking want it to, because we think for whatever reason we want to snap our fingers and become a billionaire, but we don't, because people that win the lottery don't become happier after they make the fucking money, because earning the money, the whole point of making the money isn't the money itself, it's the fact that you had to earn the money. The reason why people want to make money is because making money is hard, and therefore it is associated with value. And so a lot of people have this misunderstanding, this misconception that they think hard is bad, and they want things to be easy because they think that the prize of making money is making the money, but it's not. The prize of making the money is the journey, it's the process, the sacrifices, the pain you go through while making the money. And this is such a prevalent thing in our conversation, and we talked about how winning business isn't about like being the best. Winning in business is about being the last person standing. Like, to win in business means that you are the last person standing. You're the last one to give up. It means that you are the person who could endure the most pain, the most stress, the most sacrifice. That is the person that wins in business. And a lot of people think that challenges, that pain, that these things are bad. They have a connotation of bad associated with them, but that's not true. As a matter of fact, it's the opposite. I even just watched a video from Tate talking about this, that when he gets given a challenge, he thanks God. He's like, finally, thank you, God. Thank you, universe, for finally giving me something to struggle on. My life is being too fucking easy. Thank you for finally giving me a challenge, something to do, something to make me purposeful, something to make me useful in this life. A lot of us want things to be easy, but we shouldn't wish for things to be easy, because easy things are not valuable. Easy things are not desired. Do you want to sleep with the girl that 800 fucking guys have got with? No. You want to sleep with the girl no one's slept with? Why? Because that's the valuable girl, right? Do you want a fucking 2002 Toyota, or do you want a fucking 2024 McLaren? Which one would you rather want? We both know. I want the fucking McLaren, and so do you. Why? Because that's the one that's more valuable. Why? Because less people can get it. Why? Because it's harder to buy the McLaren because it costs more money. Why? Because it's harder to make money. You see, the point of making money isn't to make the fucking money. The reason why it's valuable in the first place is because it's hard to make it. And this is something nobody understands. He even said a really good quote to me, my buddy. He said that to be millionaire is spelled with a couple of L's. You can only spell millionaire with a couple of L's. You got to take some losses. You got to learn some lessons. You got to sacrifice and go through some things before you fucking make it. And this is something nobody understands. People think you just magically fucking make it one day, and that ain't fucking true. Like, that's not how it works. It's like, people, like, you have to go through shit. Like, Tate didn't fucking wake up one morning and become the 4-time world kickboxing world champion. No. He didn't wake up one morning and have $100 million in his bank account. No. He had to go through shit. Like, that's how you develop your character. Imagine if you were making a movie. Fuck, just go watch any of your favorite movies. Every single one of the fucking superheroes has to go through shit. As a matter of fact, 80% of the fucking movie is a superhero going through shit, struggling, only to then win in the end. But if you were to make a movie about a super character, about a hero, would you just give him everything? Would you just, like, snap your fingers and give him everything he ever wanted? Or would you make him go through shit? Would you make him work for him? Would you make him earn the things? What would you do? Which one would you do? And we both know the answer to the question, but for whatever reason, when we're the superhero of our own lives, we want to get everything given to us. That doesn't make for a good fucking movie. No one would want to watch that movie. Nobody cares about the movie. The movie isn't fucking good. So why do you keep wishing for it? Why do you keep wishing for things to be easy? Why? Like, that doesn't help us. That doesn't fucking help us. Another thing I noticed is that the whole time we were talking, all we were talking about is making more money. The only thing we fucking talked about is making more money. Our businesses we currently run. What we could do differently, what we could do better. We're talking about how we spend our time, what we work on, the people we like, the things we've learned, yada yada. The only thing we talked about is us and money, 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 money. And the thing I noticed that was different from talking with him versus fucking brokies, right? Is that when I talk with him, all we talk about is like us and making money. And as a byproduct, when you only talk about making money and making more money and getting better business, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, guess what happens? You make more money. Right? If you spend the next 365 days with only ice cream experts, by the end of the 365 days, you will know more about ice cream than you did before. And when someone asks you a question about ice cream, you'll be able to answer it more effectively, more efficiently. Right? And the thing is that people don't realize that, like, you are a byproduct of the things that you constantly think about and talk about. Quite literally. Like, if you become obsessed with Fortnite, you'll become good at Fortnite as a byproduct of being obsessed with it. Like, you are a summation, a huge just summation of everything that you think about on a day-to-day basis. So if your life is shit, it's because all you ever talk about, think about, and do is shit things. So if you want to make more money, you need to surround yourself with other people who make a fuck ton of money, or who at least want to make more money, and who only talk about money and becoming better. Right? And that's the thing I noticed with all these fucking brokies. All they ever talk about is other people. Oh, did you see what Taylor Swift did? And oh my goodness, Travis Scott did this, and Serena Carpenter did that, and oh my god, and this guy did. Dude, all they talk about is other people because their life is so fucking boring that they can't even sit there and talk about it because the other person falls asleep when they talk about it. What is your life? Is your life good or bad? I'll tell you what, nobody likes to listen to I'll tell you, the best stories aren't stories that are made of just good things. We just talked about this in the movie situation, right? So if you want to learn to have good conversations with people, go through shit, go struggle, go fucking sacrifice. That's how you tell good stories. That's how you bring value to yourself, is going through shit, right? But man, I noticed that so many brokers, all they talk about is other people. And you wonder why you're fucking broke. You wonder why your life sucks. Your life is so shit you don't even want to talk about it because you get depressed talking about it. You should talk about that more often so you fucking wake up and decide to take accountability for yourself and do something about it. And to take some fucking action. To change your fucking life, bro. Like, man, it's so easy. You just have to be willing to fucking go through it. Which a lot of people aren't, which is why it's so easy because everybody gives up in the first place. Right? Everyone fucking gives up. That's why it's so easy to do it. Another thing that I realized after we talked is how making money, like, if you want to make more money, and this is something we talk about all the time, like, if you want to make more money, you need to become the person before you make money. If you want to make $1 million, you have to become the person who's capable of making $1 million before you ever make $1 million. It's how it works. You become the person, then you make the money. You don't make the money, then become the person. Right? It's the same way if a fat person said, oh, once I get fit, I'll start going to the gym. No, it's not how it fucking works. You have to start going to the gym, then you'll get fit. Right? You have to become the person. You have to take ownership. You have to do the disciplines. You have to do the actions that the person would do regardless of the outcomes you have. And eventually over time you'll get it. Right? So for example, in the fit scenario, right, if you're fat and you want to be fit, you wouldn't just say, oh, you know what? Once I start getting fit, once I start losing weight, then I'll start to go to the gym because then, it'll make sense. No. You'd say, I'm going to start going to the gym every fucking day, eating good, and eventually I will then get fit. It's the same with making money. It's not, oh, once I make $1 million, then I'll be confident, then I'll be of value, then I'll be this and I'll be that. No. It's you need to become those things and then you make the money. Once you become confident, once you become competent, once you become convicted, once you become somebody of value, once you go through something, once you develop yourself to a new level, that's when the money comes in. I've noticed that some of the most incredible growth periods in my life have been when I've gone through shit. When I broke up with my girlfriend, when I got diagnosed with depression, when I quit my job, right? When shit happened, that's when I fucking made the most money. Why? Because that's when I grew as a person. That's when I developed myself. And when you develop yourself, the money will follow. The money will follow when you develop yourself. It's how it works. It's just how it works. And whether you believe in it or don't, up to you, right? Even Tate talks about this, that God rewards those people who make him happy of his creations. If he sees you every single day and you're laying on your fucking bed scrolling through TikTok for 2 hours in the morning, and then you fucking jerk off to some random chick on Pornhub, right? And then you're watching YouTube videos to feel like you're doing something, and then you tweak your website, and then you hop on a call and watch another video to feel like you're doing something. God doesn't like... Imagine if you were God and you made all these people, right? Imagine you were God and you made those people, and you saw somebody doing that. Would you want to bless him? Would you want to give him what he wants? Would you want to help him out? Probably not. But imagine if you saw somebody waking up every fucking day, taking action, going to the gym, taking care of himself, trying to work hard, right? Working extra hours, staying up late, waking up early, right? Being disciplined and trying to become the best version of himself. What would you do as God? Would you reward that person? Probably. And so God rewards those people who make him happy of his creations. And so I guess the question you have to ask yourself is, are you making God happy of his creation? If the answer is no, well, dude, guess what? You're the person who can fucking fix it. Like, you are the person who can fucking fix that, right? I was on a sales call earlier today with this guy, and the one thing that's really, really cool about when you make a product that's actually good and useful is selling becomes fun. Because now, like, when I open calls people, I don't feel like a dick pitching them because I'm like, dude, I want you to change your life as bad. Like, you want to change your life as badly as I want to change your life. Like, we both have the same interest. Like, I'd argue I want to change your life more than you do. Because you're in the Matrix, and the Matrix sucks. And I hate the Matrix more than you fucking do. And the day I dropped out was the best day of my life. And I want to make sure I can give that experience to as many people as possible. Here's the deal. I went from being a broke and depressed university student, not knowing fuck all, hating my fucking life, to dropping out. I've traveled in the last year to Barcelona, Hawaii, Mexico, Toronto, Banff, Brazil, fucking Amsterdam. I've gone all over the fucking world. I wake up when I want. I do what I want. I work when I want. I do whatever the fuck I want. I have freedom in all aspects of my life. It's incredible, and I know how to do it. And I want to give that gift to as many people as I can. And so it makes this selling game so fucking fun, bro. Because I'm finally doing something good for people, and I'm helping them become a better version of who they are. And fuck, it's amazing. It's incredible what you can do, right? But so many people just limit themselves because they're scared, because they're so fucking pussy. It's sad. It's so sad to see, right? Like it's just depressing to see, honestly, how many people hold themselves back from being incredible versions of who they are, right? And it's like, man, like you, like if you don't want to owe it, you owe it to yourself. You owe it to the younger version of yourself who always wanted that car or that watch or that house, or want to move to that fucking continent. You owe it to the younger version of yourself. You know who you owe it to? If you don't owe it to yourself, fine. You owe it to your mom. You owe it to your dad. You owe it to God. You owe it to your brothers, your sisters. You owe it to your future wife and your kids. The actions you do today dictate the quality of life your future wife and kids will have later. And so, like, are you doing the things you need to do or not? Like, pick up your fucking game, bro. Especially heading into Q4. It's like, dude, this is like, people want to wait. Oh, yeah, New Year's is coming. I'll wait till New Year's. What? The fuck? Right? Imagine, like, if your dreams are big enough, you don't wait to work on them. Right? Like if your dreams are big enough, you don't just wait to work on them. You don't say, oh yeah, I really want to make $1 million, but I'll wait. I'll wait a couple months. Huh? What the fuck? What do you mean you're going to wait a couple months? You're going to wait for what? It's just not important enough? Like what do you mean you're waiting? Like, dude, pick up your fucking game, bro. Like, start working. I don't give a fuck what you do. Just start working in some way, shape, or form. Do the shit that matters. Fucking go through some shit. Stress yourself out. Right? Like, man, go through something. Just, like, feel something and see what it's like. Like, dude, it's incredible how fast you can change your life when you decide to just fucking go all in. And none of you are going all in. If I asked you right now, if I put a gun in your head and said you had to give more, could you? All of us would say yes, myself included. Look, we always have more to give. We're just so reserved. And that's fine because fundamentally humans are created to reserve energy. We are created to be lazy, to conserve our energy in case a fucking beast comes and chases us. We need to have energy in our body to run away from that beast. We fundamentally reserve energy. That's what we do as humans. And you have to rewire your brain. As a matter of fact, the only thing you can fucking control in this world is your brain. You can't control the weather. You can't control how somebody thinks about you. You can't control if you're going to get in a car crash. You can't control what that person is going to say. You can't control if the stock market's going to go up and down. You can't control if your food's going to be good or bad. Like, you can't control any fucking thing in this world. The only thing you can control is your brain. If you can't control your fucking brain, you are just a feather in the wind, my friend. You are just a lily pad in the fucking river. You can't do fuck all. And if the river decides to smash you in the fucking rocks, then so be it, because you can't do anything. You don't control your life if you don't control your brain. Your brain is the only thing that you can actually control. And most of you can't even control that. And you wonder why your life is shit. You can't control the one thing that is responsible for your life being the way it is. Your brain controls your thoughts, and your thoughts control your actions, and your actions control your future. And so if you can't control your brain, you can't control your future. You can't control your reality, literally. And so if you actually want to change your life, you have to first take ownership of your brain. You have to control the way you think. Like, man, I was depressed. I was diagnosed with severe depression 2 years ago. And every day, me and my buddies would have competition about who's more depressed. We talk about who's on more medication. When I go to the therapist and the counselor, my doctor, all they would do is confirmation bias, right? How depressed I am and make me feel okay being depressed. All they ever talk about is yes, you're so depressed, you're so depressed, you're so depressed. Yes, depressed. All they ever talk about is depression. Once again, whatever you talk about, you become. If all you ever talk about is how depressed you are, even if you aren't depressed, you will then become depressed. And fuck, I would too if all I did all day was fucking talk about depressed. And guess what? I did become depressed. And the only way I snapped out of it by telling myself, I'm not fucking depressed. Who said I'm depressed? I have a fucking roof over my head, a bed to sleep in, water in my tap. Why am I depressed? What am I sad over? And when I asked myself the question, I didn't even realize what I was sad over in the first place. I was sad for no reason. Literally, no fucking reason at all. Sure, I broke up with my girlfriend. Who gives a fuck? Like, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. And once I finally started to take control and ownership of my life and of my brain, started to control the way I think, I started to wake up. I slept in this very fucking bed you're in. My bed actually used to be right here. I remember one day I woke up. I didn't want to wake up. I wanted to stay in bed the rest of my life. I didn't want to fucking get out of bed. A month later, I woke up, jumped out of bed before my alarm went, filled with energy, grabbed my red JBL Flip 3, which is right over there. I went, pulled up Apple Music, boom, Michael Bublé. You know what song I played? It's a Beautiful Day. I went to the kitchen, I started blasting it. The whole fucking apartment building could hear me. Blasting my fucking music. Dancing on like a fucking retarded fuck, but having a good time. I then walked into the mirror and said, Stefan, you are happy. Stefan, you are blessed. Stefan, you are great. Guess what happened? I never took my medication from that day forward. From that day forward, everyone started to ask me, Stefan, why are you always so happy? How are you so happy? What the fuck did you do? And all of a sudden, I went from being diagnosed with severe depression and anxiety to being known as the happy guy. All because I controlled my thoughts. Depression in and of itself is a mental illness. Mental illness. Remind this, it's not some fucking physical, it's mental. Mental illness. Mental. It's in your head. Mental illness. So let me pose this. If you can't even control your brain, then what? You see how shit can get out of hand? And so when you can't control your brain, you can't control your thoughts. And your thoughts dictate your actions. And your actions dictate your reality. You see how important it is to control the way you think? And the way you think is influenced by the things you listen to, the people you talk, the things you read. That's why I don't use social media. I only talk to people who make my life better. I talk to people who bring me up. All my friends who are always talking about negative shit, I don't talk to them anymore. I don't like it. I don't give a fuck how close friends we are. If all you do is bring me down and complain all the time, I don't fucking want to talk to you. That's not what I want. I want people who call me out when I complain. Say, Stefan, stop being such a fucking pussy. That's the kind of people I want to be around because that's what makes us better. Right? And some people don't want that. That's fine. You do you, bro. You fucking do. I don't give a fuck. You do you. Right? But man, like I don't like some of those people, bro. Some of the people I used to be friends with, all they do is talk about negative. All they do is complain 24/7. That doesn't fucking help me. This makes me feel like shit. All right? I don't fucking want that. I want my life to be great, so I'll fill it with great fucking people, and so should you. Another thing I realized talking to my buddy there is that, speaking of which, he just texted me right now. Funny enough, it's like fuck, bro. Like. People, like, so many people are just stuck in the fucking matrix, not a clue in the world on what to fucking do. And they don't even know what they value in life, and they just do retarded shit their whole life until they end up being on their deathbed and they wish they could have done something fucking differently. They just wish they could have done something fucking differently. And the cool thing about what I do is, like, bro, I'll hop on calls with people and I'm like, dude, like, I can change your life, and I know I can. Let's change your fucking life, and we do it, and it's so fucking cool, bro. Like, dude, fuck. The Matrix is so fucking bullshit, bro. Like, everything that the Matrix, that the fucking news, that all these outlets tell you is just such fucking bullshit. And it makes people depressed, literally. Like, just makes you sad, man. It's fucking insane. So, like, surround yourself with people you want to be surrounded with. Like, you need to surround yourself with people who you want to be surrounded with the people you want to be like. Right? And, like, the thing is, making money comes so fucking easy. When you just develop yourself and surround yourself with the right people, it comes like there's no tomorrow. Like, it'll start pouring from the fucking sky. The same way that when all you do is hang around with depressed people, depression comes pouring out of the fucking sky and you become depressed. It's the same with money. Like, anything will come easily to those who think about it. And so if all you ever think about is how sad you are, guess what? You'll just become more and more sad. If all you ever think about is making money and how good you are, you're going to make more money. If all you ever think about is the fucking gym, you're gonna be good at the gym. If all you ever think about is basketball, you'll be good at basketball. Like, whatever you think about is what you do, and what you do is what you become good at. And so people have actually, like, the thing is, people already know this. And the thing is, they just talk about depression all the time. Instead of talking about good things that benefit them, they talk about bad things. And they just fuck themselves over by just talking about shit. Right? Like, oh, I'm depressed. And all of a sudden, depression starts falling from the fucking sky. They catch it like some fucking disease in the wind, and boom, now they convince themselves they're depressed. And then they talk about it more and more until they've just ingrained it in their brain. I am depressed. I live a terrible life, yada yada yada. And then they use that as a coping mechanism to explain why they're not where they should be. Like, I had a buddy. Oh, fuck, do I hate this guy now, bro? He used to be my best friend forever. And I remember we were in class, and I got a better grade than him. He's like, yeah, that's because I have dyslexia. I'm like, no, it's because you're fucking retarded. I'm just smarter than you. And he got all pissed, right? He's like, I have dyslexia, I have ADHD, I have this, and this. Fuck, I probably have all this shit too. I don't know. But I don't give a fuck. Because guess what? Whether I have it or not, does it change my life? The only thing that will change if I have it, I can use it as a coping mechanism. Does that make my life better? No. So why the fuck do I care if I have it or not? I guarantee you all entrepreneurs have ADHD or ADD, all this fucking bullshit people talk about, right? Whether it's true or not, I don't care. Have your ADHD. Fine. That's fine by me. But, like, that belief doesn't serve me. Like, it just doesn't. Right? Like, whether I have it or not, it doesn't make my life better. And so, like, something Alex Hormozi talks about a lot, it's like, a lot of people, like, they're like, oh, my childhood was so bad, right? And like, oh, that's the reason I am the way I am today. How about I give you a medal? Would that make you feel better? No, it wouldn't. Then why are you talking about it? Nobody cares. Just work harder. Like, nobody gives a fuck. Like, whether you're depressed or not, like, I'll tell you what, the test doesn't give a fuck if you're depressed or not. The test doesn't give a fuck if you're anxious or not. The test doesn't give a fuck if you're ADD, ADHD, dyslexic or not. The test doesn't give a fuck. Like, it just doesn't. Neither does the world, neither does money. Like, nobody gives a fuck. And so you have to just hold the beliefs that serve you the best. And this guy would use it as like a coping mechanism. Oh, yeah, well, I'm this. And guess what? I make in a month what he makes in a fucking year now. Yeah. He could have done the same. I'm sure he probably could have made more money than him. He just decided to hold beliefs that didn't help him, to hide behind this identity that he is this, 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 and this, and this. And look how it treated him. Not very good. As a matter of fact, he's been on antidepressants for like the last 7 years. Fucking loser. Right? Alright, bro. Have fucking fun doing that. Right? And it was such a moment where I was like, damn, like, this is like, why the fuck am I hanging out with these losers? Fucking brokies. Like, why? Like, what is the point? Like, what is the fucking point? And I was like, at that moment, I just never talked to him anymore. Just didn't give a fuck. And it's only helped me. Right? So, yeah. I probably could sit here for, dude, we talked for like 5 hours, me and my buddy. And tons of different lessons and stuff. But I think this is the most prominent one. It's like this idea of like, you have to control your fucking mind. Okay? You have to surround yourself with the right fucking people. You got to do the right things. You got to sacrifice. You got to do the hard work, regardless how you fucking feel. And you just got to show up every fucking day and be consistent. Like, no one said business was easy. And if they did, they're fucking lying to you. And I'll openly say that, right? Like, dude, he made 40K this month, and half the days he was thinking that his business wasn't going to work. An entrepreneur's brain is like a fucking stock market. It goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Some moments we think we're about to fucking dominate the world. Other moments we think our business is about to crash down. Right? And it's normal to have these like fucking crazy up and downs of just like completely doubting yourself all the time. Like, dude, like, it just fucking happens. That's normal. That's part of being an entrepreneur. It's just the difference is, can you stand it? Can you stand the test of time and hold up and hold your own when the storm comes? That's the real test. Anyways, I'm going to shut the fuck up. I've had enough ranting. You guys can go roast me in the comments for ranting. I don't give a fuck because you clicked. So I hope you enjoyed, motherfucker. And if you aren't already part of my fucking mastermind, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. It costs money, yeah. But that's to get your ass fucking moving. And here's the deal. My heart wants to make you more money than you do. Because I fucking hate the Matrix more than anybody else does. Truly, ever since I was in, I think it was 5th grade, I told my mom I want to drop out. They wouldn't let me until university. They still wouldn't let me. They still hate the fact that I did. But now they're happy because I'm happy, right? But I hate the Matrix more than anybody else does. And so my goal is to make sure you never have to spend another fucking waking moment in the Matrix. And the thing is, I know we can do that. Why? Because I've done it, help hundreds of other people do the same. So let me change your fucking life. You want to change your life? Let me. Okay? Hit me up. Let me make you some fucking money, bro. Like, there's too much money in this world for you to not have it. There's too much money going to stupid, retarded, gay fucking people for you to not have some of it. There's more than enough money for both you and I and 100 of other friends to make a fuck ton of money. And I believe that you deserve to have that opportunity to provide for those you love, to have the life you always dreamed of, etc., etc., etc. And my objective is to try and make that happen as best as I possibly can. Okay? So let's fucking lock in, bro. Let's lock the fucking and make it happen. Let's win, bro. Just fucking win. Just fucking win.